All right, y'all, we are back with another video. And today we are diving back into this one from Liberal Hive Mind. And he said that the judge drops 80% of Trump charges on day one. Now, we already know that y'all done heard me talk about this corrupt judge in New York City that did this crazy, stupid smirk on his face, like acting like he ain't never seen a camera on him a day in his life. Camera get put on him, this man take his glasses off, smirk at the camera, and then you got LATITIA James sitting in her seat, staring at the back of Donald Trump's head the whole time as if she's a police officer or something, like the man gonna get up and run or something. It was just crazy to me. And I'm like, man, these two are working together. Trump even called the judge a Democrat judge, because that's exactly where he is. And I said it when I first seen it. I said, LATITIA James, Attorney General, her and that corrupt judge is working together to try to take down Trump. There was no consumers involved, no bank involved, nobody suing Donald Trump at all. So I don't see the reason why this man had to be in court in New York City. Trump said that right there one number, the election interference, to keep him from going to where he's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like talking and stuff like that. He's supposed to be going an hour and all type of stuff. And they trying to slow him down and stop him and keep trying to put him in court. He's supposed to be campaigning and stuff. They mad because Trump is winning in the polls right now. He's up by a landslide. They all are scared. So like I said before, we're going to dive straight into this and let's see exactly what's going on. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support. Everybody been leaving positive comments in the comment section. And I also want to thank everybody that clicked on this video for the very first time. I appreciate you as well. Without further ado, y'all, let's dive straight into it. Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. So, how do you like your news? You like the bad news first, or you like the good news first? Probably most people would want the bad news first and then to end off on a positive with the good news. Well, that's fine and dandy and all, but today we're doing the good news first and then we'll do the bad news. Trump's Manhattan trial, not the Alvin Bragg case, but the LATITIA James case, the civil case, has officially started. It's about to get real wild. In fact, I'd argue it already is, or it already has. It's going to be trial after trial, bombshell after bombshell. And so I guess probably the way we should start off this video is by saying the Trump trials have officially begun. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so like I said, let's start off with the good news. The good news is that the whole statute of limitations thing that we've been talking about in a lot of these cases, well, apparently it's going to be a pretty relevant factor here, as Donald Trump announces to the media that 80% of his case, or rather 80% of LATITIA James's case in New York, has essentially been thrown out due to the statute of limitations.
Oh.
Well, I think that was very good. That last 5 minutes was outstanding because the judge essentially conceded that the statute of limitations that we won at the Court of Appeals is in effect. Therefore, about 80% of the case is over. I was going to come out and say that, as you know, we're not entitled to a jury, which is pretty unusual in the United States of America. So I think it's very unfair that I don't have a jury. But the judge's last statement was very fair. And if I read it right, I'll let perhaps one of the lawyers speak to it. But Cliff, maybe you'll speak to it if you would. But the way I interpret that, and the way everyone else in the room seems to interpret that, is that the statute of limitations is a very real thing in this country. And that would be about 80% of this case would be over. Could somebody speak to that, please? Cliff, you want to talk about that?
Sure. So based on the judge's comments, at the end of the trial today, it would appear that he is agreeing that all of the transactions that closed prior to 2014 are now out of the case.
Which is about 80% of the case. And it's also something that we won on appeal but was not accepted by this court, but now seems to be accepted by this court.
So that's probably the first little bit of decent news. This not only applies to the civil case that Trump is facing in Manhattan, but other cases that Trump is facing as well, and so it's good to see at least that recognized. The statute of limitations would have applied to anybody else, and so obviously they should apply to Donald Trump as well. That's pretty much the good news. Roughly 80% of the civil case is likely to get dropped now. On to the bad news. The bad news is that the election interference and the witch hunt continues.
Yep.
Very, very weird optics in the courthouse this morning, or maybe yesterday morning as you guys are watching this video. Here's the video that's making rounds pretty much everywhere.
Names now being shown in the
Look at
background.
this.
You've got Trump
Look
in the
at this.
foreground.
So we have the judge smiling ear to ear, happy, in fact, thrilled to be in the position that he's in, thrilled to address the media. A very weird situation. Then we have LATITIA James staring down Donald Trump in very aggressive fashion. And that's, of course, not an isolated incident. It's not just this isolated situation of LATITIA James staring down Donald Trump getting her moment in the media. No, it's that instance plus the context.
America is an uncharted territory. We are angrier and more deeply divided than we've ever been at any point in our history since the Civil War. And at the eye of the storm is Donald Trump, ripping families apart, threatening women's most basic rights, and running for Attorney General because I will never be afraid to challenge this illegitimate president.
Donald Trump, that should motivate you. Some vote.
Will you sue him for us?
Oh, we're gonna definitely sue him. We're gonna be a real pain in the ass. He's gonna know my name personally.
I love it.
Now that's politician LATITIA James making a name for herself as the current Attorney General, getting her moment in the media after campaigning essentially to go after Donald Trump. That's the important context here. In other words, the witch hunt continues. And Donald Trump is obviously pissed.
One doesn't have to be a lawyer to see the danger to anyone doing business in the Empire State. Anybody that does business in New York State is crazy. When you have a radical left Attorney General like LATITIA James, who's a disgrace to our country, who got elected on the fact that she's going to take down President Trump. We're going to take him down. She knew nothing about me. But she got elected on that basis. And we have others likewise. Take a look at what's going on in Georgia. Take a look at Jack Smith. Take a look at these people. This is called election interference, and worse than that, really much worse than that. And you don't get much worse than election interference, especially we're talking presidential election of 2024.
That is exactly what this is called.
That's exactly. You're right, liberal high mind. You're exactly right. This is exactly what it's called. I've been saying this for, I know, the last month. This is an election interference. Jack Smith. You can hear LATITIA James talk, oh, we sure gonna be a pain in his... You know what I'm saying? So, like, come on, man. This right here is just crazy to me. This is crazy. This woman is caught on video, like, letting everybody know that she just gonna go after Donald Trump. Illegitimate president? What? Trump did this, Trump did what? He did that? Come on. That's all it is in the election interference. Like he said, the witch hunt continues. Because after them, it's going to come, somebody else just going to pop out of the blue. I got a problem with Donald Trump. Let's take him down. Let's get him in courtrooms. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop his campaigning so he can't go around and campaign and stuff. Let's keep frustrating him. Let's try to take him down. That's all they trying to do. LATITIA James is the one that needs to be in jail. If y'all haven't seen my last video where she was up there talking about, I don't have a personal vendetta against Donald. Yes, you do. You own video telling people that you don't like them for your own little personal reason. You don't have a real vendetta with this man. You just don't want to see him win. You know that he's tearing the polls up right now. They know he's winning in all the polls. They know that. So the only way to get him out of it is to take him down, get him put in jail, keep these court dates and stuff going to keep him from not being able to campaign and stuff like that. That's what they're trying to do. That's exactly what they're trying to do. That's why they say the witch hunt continues. And like I said, Trump is going to get out of this. He's going to get out of this. And I don't care what nobody say. He's going to get out of it. So the only thing they doing, It's just making him just climb the poles even higher. Every time y'all try to throw something on him, that all y'all doing is helping them out even more. That's the reason why you got a lot of the Dems talking about, we got to stop Donald Trump. If we don't, he gonna try to put some of us in jail. He already called a few names that he want in jail if he become president. So we got to do something. So that's why they all teaming up on it. Y'all see this? They all teaming up on one man. Teaming up on one man to try to take him down. And it just ain't gonna happen.
It's called election interference. Sure, was it fair for the judge to knock down 80% of the case, applying the statute of limitations? Sure, that was fair. But the fact that we're here in the first place, the fact that this whole thing is being televised, the fact that it's being used in the world of politics, the fact that the judge is smiling and LATITIA James is getting her moment, her re-election campaign moment, the whole thing is disturbing. This is the former president of the United States. This is the top Republican frontrunner being legally harassed by legal entities in New York City over nonsense. This supposed fraud scheme. Again, I fail to understand the case. There has to be something I'm missing here, and maybe you guys can explain to me in the comment section. I still don't understand how you commit fraud with a property appraisal. I still don't understand the allegation that Trump was appraising his own buildings. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but my understanding is that third parties appraise properties, and so I really don't see how Donald Trump could be guilty of fraud here. But alas, probably without explanation, without even a jury involved, he's probably going to be found guilty. Donald Trump believes it's a foregone conclusion that the judge has already made up his mind.
So this judge should change his ruling because Palm Beach County said he was totally wrong, and he was ruling based on them. He ruled we didn't even have a chance to testify. I got a call last week, sir, we lost part of the case. I said, the trial didn't even start. You know, the trial starts, I guess, today. He ruled that we lost a big part of the case because he's a Democrat club politician. He's a Democrat operative. And he's a
See there? He's a Democrat operative. I told you, you can tell when they all working together to try to take this man down. You see this. That's the reason why we going to continue to call out the nonsense. We're going to continue to preach that New York City has a corrupt judge, a man that act like he ain't never seen a camera a day in his life, take his glasses off and smirk and smile. And you got LATITIA James back there staring Donald Trump down. And you can see the look on that woman's face that you can just see the hate in her eyes. Like she just has a hate for Donald Trump. And you can tell it's personal. It's not a business thing. It's not something that she really trying to take him down for. It's all because of her. And we done seen the videos of her going out. You know what I'm saying? Like saying a lot of bad stuff about Trump and what she want to do to him. She don't want him running. She don't want him to win. Like Trump said, she trying to use him to try to get reelected. Because she want to be reelected to think she doing something.
A disgrace to people that call themselves judges.
Yep.
And so I guess the witch hunt continues. This case not exactly important, I guess, in a lot of ways. I mean, obviously it's important, but it's a civil case. I think the target of the case for the most part is more the Trump organization than it is Donald Trump specifically, but it is what it is. We're gonna get a show trial here, playing in front of the media, political theater for the masses to see to hopefully change people's minds ahead of the next election cycle. Like every other case, I think it's utter garbage, but they're gonna drag this thing on endlessly. They're gonna turn it into primetime television. Meanwhile, crime in New York is skyrocketing. They won't deploy resources there, they won't lift a finger, but they'll certainly spend millions of dollars in their political persecution attempt. President Donald Trump. So there you go, there you have it. 80% of the case was dropped, but it probably doesn't change much, and whatever's going on in the courtroom is very alarming, to say the least. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video.
Wow, another great video, man. Well, like I said, y'all already know that we gonna call out the BS over here. We ain't gonna hold back, man. And and that's just the type of stuff I see. It just, they for their own personal reason because they dim, so they just don't want to see Trump win. So, they highly upset. They really upset with Biden because Biden just can't compete with Trump. He just can't compete. So now you got Fannie Willis, you got LATITIA James, you got Jack Smith, you got all these people coming after this man. It's crazy. You can tell, like I said before, this is an election interference. That's all this is. Well, just wait till all this just blow up in their face, y'all. Just wait. When they say Trump has been reelected president, oh my God. Just watch their faces then. But y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.